Okay, in our math journal again, and we're going to talk about a new way to represent numbers. And I went ahead and I marked because we worked on page 8 with expanded form. So today we're going to talk about pictorial model. Pictorial model. Okay, or I'm going to also base 10. And we're going to work on page 9 and 10 with that. So that works out. Base 10, we're going to work on page 10. So we're going to represent numbers using base 10 blocks. And we're going to work on drawing base 10 blocks. And this should have been something that you would have worked on last year also. So, okay, so we're going to go ahead and still have our 2 pages right there, 3 pages altogether for our table of contents. Place value. We have a little sheet there that shows a little different things about place value. We talked about word form. We talked about some vocabulary for word form. We talked about maybe making this into a station. Just the other day we talked about expanded form. We practiced that. And today, I don't skip any pages, so that's 8, that's 9 and 10, page 10 over here. So I'm going to go ahead and label the page and do pictorial. Pictorial / base 10. So we're going to work on pictorial base 10. First thing we're going to do is we're going to model a number with base 10 blocks. So we have the 1,000 cube right here. Have a 1,000 cube, which represents the 1,000 place. We're going to put 2 flats, represent the hundreds place. Go with 3 rods, represent the tens place, and 4 ones that represent the ones place, or 4 units that represent the ones place. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and model that number. It's 1,234. 3 tens and 4 ones. So that's how we did that. I'm also going to talk about how to draw that. Okay, because typically we don't use base 10 blocks all the time, and we don't always have access to base 10 blocks. So I always like to show students how to draw base 10 blocks. So for the ones place, we call those units. So we just do dots to represent units. So that's 4 ones. You heard me call these rods. Okay, rods, and we just do those, represent those by lines. So 3 lines. Okay, we call these flats, and those are squares. Okay, and these are cubes, and it looks just like a flat, except we just put a little line right there like that. So that's how we represent, that's how we draw base 10 blocks. So that's a cube, which is 1. There's 1 cube, that's 1,000. I got 2 flats 2 squares right there is 200. 3 rods is 3 tens, and units, I got 4 dots there, and that represents 4, so 1,234. So we'll go ahead and try to draw a bigger number then. We'll draw a bigger number. Let's go ahead and go with 4,236. 1,236. Okay, so if I'm, you can really draw from any place you want. A lot of times we like to start in the ones place, because a lot of times when we're doing adding and subtracting, we start in the ones place, so we just go and do that. And I'm going to draw 6 dots. If you see, I put those in an array so we can look at it quickly. If we just kind of put dots randomly, that might be a little bit more difficult to we call that subitizing, be able to look at something and be able to tell how much it is just by looking at it. So my tens have 3 rods, made them nice and neat there. Just like before, I have 2 squares or 2 flats. And then we're going to have 4 cubes. That's 1, 2, 3. As you can see, when I did this, I put everything in an array. That's 2 rows, 3 columns. That's just 1 row with 3 in each, another row with 3 in each, or 2 in each, and then 2 rows of 2, which is 4. So just makes more sense instead of kind of representing them kind of sporadically like I was talking about in the 6s. Okay, I'm going to draw a line right here. The typical thing I see for 3rd graders do, they try to draw something that looks more similar to what the shape is. So I'll just give you another number again. We'll do the same when we start at the top there. So we're going to do 1,234. Okay, I'm going to show you a way not to draw base 10 blocks. Okay, so a lot of students like to draw little squares to represent these unit cubes. That is not correct. The way we do it is the way it is up there up top. Dots. So I'm going to put not right there. Okay, for rods, have some students try to draw this. That's not correct, just like we did before. Rods are like this. And I'll tell you the reason. Okay, you can see right here, this looks very similar to my flat. Actually it is, that's how we represent 100. So that would be 400, not 4 ones. So that's not correct. So we're just going to do everything that's not right there. Sometimes I see students try to do this. Okay, here's another reason. Sometimes when they're drawing the rods like this, they maybe look a little more square than they do a rectangle or a long rectangle. So you may, if you see this is more of a rectangle than it is a square. Okay, but this is what students like to try to do. They try to draw the grids on there. Don't do that. That's a waste of time. So do not do that. Okay, just draw 2 squares. So you will not confuse just a line with a square. And typically you might see students try to draw a cube, which is actually kind of similar. To that there. They may try to draw something like that. Or they may try to draw the cube. And in reality, that looks very similar to, this is a cube, this is a smaller cube. But don't do that. Don't try to draw the cube. Just draw two squares and then just put that little mark over there, kind of like you're trying to draw a cube, but you're just putting a little cover over right there. So, that's not two anyway, it should only be one, shouldn't it? So, 1,000, and that's how we draw one cube. Okay, what we're going to do now is I'm going to give you some numbers over here in standard form. I'm going to give you 3 numbers in standard form, and I want you to go ahead and practice. You have your notes right here on the left side. I want you to go and practice drawing base 10 blocks, or doing a pictorial model to represent the numbers in standard form. So, I'll even write the numbers. I keep on confusing some of my words, don't I? So I'm going to write standard. So we'll do 2,468. 2468. Okay. Next one I'll do is odd numbers consecutively. Let's do this. So I'm going to write standard. ARD. Okay, and we'll do, go up here, 1,357. So 1,357 using drawing base 10 blocks. Okay, and the last one, we'll do even numbers going from largest to smallest. So I'm going to do my 8,642. So I want you to go and draw a pictorial model. I'll write standard right there. Standard form. So go ahead, pause the video, and go ahead and draw pictorial models for 2,468, 1,357, and 8,642. Okay, now I'm going ahead and model for you. On this first one, I'm going to go ahead and start in the thousands place. So I'm going to do 2,000, 4 flats, 400, 6 rods, a little array there, 2 rows of 3, and then 8 units. So I have 4 rows of 2. So that's a pictorial model for 2,468. And we'll go ahead and we'll do 1,000. So that's 1 cube. 300. Just kind of drew it that way because sometimes you'll see dice in that sort of a figure there. 5. Okay, so 1 row of 5 rods, and row of 4 and a row of 3 to represent 7 units. So that's 1,357. And the last one. So 8. I'm going to draw these just a little bit smaller because I don't have quite as much room. So that'd be, as long as I draw it the same way, doesn't really matter the size. That's the reason we do dots for units instead of trying to draw small squares. We have 4 rows with 2 in each row. So that's 8,600. Do 3 rows of 2. Four rods. So just 4, 1 row of 4, and 2 units, 2 dots. So that's how to represent 8,642 using a pictorial model. I want you to go ahead and practice a little bit more on your own. And if you have any questions, if you don't understand anything, also I want to talk about one other thing. I'm going to make mistakes in these videos, and sometimes I catch them, sometimes I don't. Just go ahead and send me a comment, send me a message, send me an email, let me know. And typically, I've done a lot of videos, and I always make some sort of mistake. And I like to try to reward the kids somehow when you make a mistake, or when you catch the teacher making a mistake. And we always do make mistakes. I haven't really figured it out exactly what the reward will be, but we'll try to figure out some sort of reward system if you're paying really close attention and you catch mistakes. Y'all have a good one. And like I said, if you have any questions, email me, message me through Schoology, or give me a call at school during normal school hours. And if you don't have any more questions, we'll talk to you later. Bye.